Hello everybody, this is Starman and welcome back to Let's Play Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. The last time we remember, we made our way through the tombs of Venice to the Knight's Crypt, and now we're about to open up his casket and see what we have come here to see. Wow! Well, I'll have to look to see what Indy sees. Ooh, scary, ooh! The shield is the second marker Donovan spoke of. Let's see. It mentions the ancient city of Alexandretta. Today the city of Iskenderun is built on its ruins. We'll find the Grail near there. And yeah, unlike the movie, we don't need to make a rubbing of the shield. And conveniently enough, from here, we can just pull on the old rusty lock to open this grating, leading to the sewer entrance. Funny how this ancient tomb is right there through that one tunnel that's easily accessible from the modern sewer system, isn't it? Oh well. Dr. Jones! I've been looking all over for you. Indy! Marcus, I found out where your father is. He's being held in Brunwald Castle on the Austria-German border. Great. And I found out where the Grail is. It's in Iskenderun. Of course, Iskenderun! Marcus, why are you wet? Don't ask. Okay, I'll rescue Dad. You meet me in Iskenderun. Sure. No trouble. I'll be off now. Where is Iskenderun? There's a light over at the Frankenstein place. Okay, so no options here apart from walking. But I'm going to go ahead and save here just to demonstrate once again. There are some different options for being able to get through the different areas. In this case, we can try the tactic that is used in the movie, which is not very successful. And who might you be? I'm Lord Robert McFall. I'm here to inspect the tapestries. Tapestries? This is a castle and you do have tapestries, do you not? Yes, we have tapestries, but if you're a Scottish lord, I'm a movie star. Then you should have called in your stunt double. And we one-punch the guard. And wait a minute, because there's a cut scene immediately after you do whatever you do to distract the guard. Meanwhile, elsewhere in the castle... Sir, you sent for me. Yes, I want you to protect that pricing painting we just acquired. Priceless? But it's just a painting of an old cup. Silence! The Fury is very interested in it. Do you dare to question the Fuhrer's judgment? No, sir. Then leave me and return to your post. Yes, sir, Colonel Vogel. Okay, so now we know that a very important painting of a cup is somewhere inside this castle, and we need to find a way to get to it. But a slightly more clever way of us handling the butler is this. Hello? And who might you be? Are you the one with relatives in town? My nephew Otto in Salzburg? Is something wrong? And you can try a couple of clever things here, but yeah, it's very important. You know, he was injured. He drove his car off the road nearby. This presumes he has a car. It's not him, it's his father. Otto sent me to you. Well, yeah, if it's his father, that would be his brother, and he could be dead, so no, he's fine, but you must go to him immediately. Just a minute, sir. How can I be sure that you actually know Otto? Of course, you can't be sure to trust me. I can prove that I know Otto. And how will you do that? I know his name. I know where his uncle works, QED. Ah, well, I'd better get to him right away. And wait for it. Okay, we'll go ahead and skip that. So from here, there's 2 routes throughout the castle. Looks kind of ratty. Dad wouldn't like it. I don't want it, and there's nothing behind it. So really no point of coming into this room. Or this one. And yeah, unfortunately, you can't open the windows in most of these rooms. And good news, we found the kitchen, but we can't really do anything here. Although there is a keg and a roast boar. But we've now handily explored this whole section of the castle, except for this one room, where we will find a very helpful fellow. Hello, my good friend. Hello, and how are you? Terrible. I've run out of ale. Tell me where you got your ale. It's in the kitchen. It's that way. No, wait a moment. It's somewhere around here. Well, we can continue talking to this drunk Nazi. Hello, my good friend. And we can offer to get him another drink. Thank you. Here, take my beer stein. Now we can be a bit more businessmanlike because he won't remember anyway. What are you doing here? Me? Say, what are any of us put here in this life? I didn't expect to find a philosopher here. They're all short-serving in this castle. So now we can get a little bit of information. For instance, the name of the commanding officer. Colonel Vogel, he's an absolute terror, but remember, you didn't hear that from me. So now, in case we need to bluff our way past another guard who's a little bit more coherent, we now know the name of who is in charge. And same thing, all sorts serving in this castle. Anyone I should avoid? The big fellow on the third floor can be nasty when he's sober. And watch out for that textbook Nazi who minds the alarm. Definitely good advice. And one more. And of course, we don't want to say he's drunk on duty because that'll start a fight before we can finish pumping him for information. So you have a whole garrison here in Austria? Don't be silly, we're not at war. Yet, there's only about a dozen of us. So now that we have his stein, we can go back to the kitchen. We can use the stein with the spigot. And first things first, we will use the stein upon the hot coals. Step out of the room to allow it time to cool off. And apparently it is timed. But we can go ahead and give ourselves another drink. And now we can pick up this lovely roast boar. And that is all we can do in this section of the castle for the moment. Now, this next part is a little bit more patrol, but thankfully, we can talk our way past everybody here with a minimum of fuss. And you can stealth past the guards until they catch you. You there in that leather jacket, what are you doing? And here comes a reference to one of the greatest classic gags in old school adventure gaming. Because the trick to getting past this fellow is to pretend that we are a leather jacket salesman. Unlikely as that may sound. And it became a running gag in later LucasArts games, and then later other companies made the same reference. To just have a character randomly say when trying to talk their way past somebody, "Hi, I'm selling fine leather jackets like the one I'm wearing." It never worked. Except in this occasion. "Hi, I'm selling fine leather jackets like the one I'm wearing." "Jackets? What? Who let you in here?" "I've got authorization. How else would I get here?" "Well, that's true enough. How much are the jackets?" "And ludicrously cheap, way too expensive. 15 marks, just the thing for guard duty on cold nights." "Sounds reasonable. Put me down for an order. Corporal Kruger." Cash in advance, please." "Sure." So we have now pacified this guard, and we now have 15 marks. And now we have to go past this guard. "Halt, are you here on official business?" Well, the leather jackets line will not work on this one, unfortunately. But this one we can try a different tactic. "Where's the prisoner? I've come to interrogate him." "So holding him upstairs, but who are you?" And we can throw in a reference to Raiders of the Lost Ark here. "Gestapo, Special Investigations. I'm Dietrich's successor." "Dietrich? Wasn't he killed in that Ark of the Covenant fiasco?" "Yeah, sat in for a brave man." Well, that did not describe Dietrich, but how do you know about that? Are you leaking information? "No, sir. You may go now, sir. Sorry." Anyway, it looks like It's an officer's uniform, and it's just my size. Unfortunately, we can't pick it up yet because Strange is locked onto the clothes rack. But we can pick up a servant's uniform that is just our size. But we're not going to change into it yet, because unfortunately the guards will notice if you walk past in an outfit that they didn't see you wearing when you first met them. This window hasn't been opened in centuries. I can't budge it. But there is one other room that we can check out here. And it'd be this one, which has a nice model Zeppelin. But also the one with this suit of armor. Whoops. And we are gaming the system a little bit because we just left a mark on the floor. This will become vitally important later. And we just discovered a secret passageway out of the castle and a handy motorcycle. And if we walk around to the front of the castle, I wonder where Elsa went. I wonder why she left the lights on. Maybe she was captured. And that is everything here on the first floor. So now we walk past this guard to get to the second floor. And we can duck into this room here to use the servant's uniform. It's my leather jacket and fedora. Great, there are 50 marks in there. With our inventory, we now have 65 marks, which could be very useful later on. Anyway, from here, there's another guard patrolling this hallway. And while we can talk our way past this one in our indie gear, we're going to want to be the servant for this one. And what might you be looking for? In this case, we are going to give him our painting. Take this painting. What are you doing with that? You know the help isn't supposed to touch anything valuable? And that will clear him out of our way. Dog's playing poker. Dad once bought a copy of this at a flea market. Soon afterwards, Sir, I just received a new painting to add to the collection. Good work. Here, I wrote the combination to the vault on the back of this form. Memorize it now. I've memorized it. I'll keep it in this drawer if you need it again. I'm sure I won't. I have an excellent memory. Good. Okay, so now we know where to find the combination to a vault full of artwork. It's Manette's the Fifer. It looks like a Pollock. This is art, looks like more like somebody's drop cloth. It says Dr. Fred and Nurse Edna on wedding day just before leaving for America. That would, of course, be the villains from Maniac Mansion. Well, not really villains, but antagonists of sorts. Looks like a German country house. It says Sunday in the park. with a couple of monsters from a cheap science fiction comic. It's Castle Brunwald. Maybe there's a plaque somewhere. Citrove, Inid, Louvre. Yeah, I am not that good at French, but that's the same statue from the Hall in Maniac Mansion as well. It's a mountain in the Swiss Alps. I know this one. It's Seashore by Mark Ferrari. And a paint by numbers Mona Lisa. Of course, the real Mona Lisa is not near that big. I don't think Leonardo would appreciate this. And it looks like there is a vault, which we can't open yet. Yeah, I don't know the combination. And typically a good idea to go ahead and save before you enter into a strange room in case there is a Nazi in the middle of it. And a servant here? Wait a minute, you're no servant! And this guy, unfortunately, knows how to fight. After recovering consciousness, our hero Indiana Jones was forced to polish Hitler's ancient artifacts for the rest of Hitler's life. And since Hitler's people successfully located the Holy Grail, this was a very long time. Your final scores, Episode 62, Series 66. So, we will not go into that room until we locate a better costume. And might we find a better costume here? There's a uniform in here. I'll take it. It's an officer's uniform that's way too small for me. Wait. There's something in the pocket. It's a key. I'll toss the uniform and keep the key instead. Where is there a key that we need? Well, oh, wait. Want to change back into our indie wear first. What was that? Alright, so now we can use the brass key. In the lock. Rubber serious lock. And pick up the Nazi uniform that is just in our size. Alright, so now we have a Nazi uniform. And can presumably get past this fellow in the middle room. Hello, nice to see a new face around here, but perhaps you shouldn't stray from your assigned post. Now, there are a couple ways of trying to get past this guy. But the trick with this one is I think we just go, I'm on official business, may I pass? Official, very well, go on. All too easy. And this will take us into a different hallway, which I believe there's another guard immediately to the south here. Yep. But we managed to bypass that guy. And this will become very important later on, depending upon the route we take to escape from the castle. Oh, do you want something? And I'm not all too sure that as to the best option here. But let's go ahead and try. Greetings, my friend. How is sentry duty today? Boring as usual. Do I know you? No, I was transferred here today. New orders. Orders? May I see them? Certainly, you do have top secret clearance. I know, Siegfried does. He works upstairs, but I suppose you're okay if you're cleared for that. It's slippery out here. I better change into my action clothes. On the window ledge, no less. And from here... That's not what I carry a whip for. I can't get to it from here. This is why we carry the whip. I was trying to whip the brick. Okay. Use brick with whip. There's not enough for me to whip. Ah, right. Clearly I must push the loose brick. And now... So that's one way to get to the third floor. Junior, you've come to rescue me! Dad, let's get out of here. Fine, Shun, you lead the way. There's some money in here, 75 marks. Yeah, I should have mailed my diary to the Marx Brothers. Okay, well... It's already open. Junior, you don't expect me to leave through the window, do you? I'll come back for you. Yeah, so we have to find a way to get to his room. Of course, it would be best if we make sure that there's nothing in the hallway first, clearly. But now we know what room he's in. I could climb down, but I wouldn't make it back to the ledge. Well, that does complicate things. All right, well, with that done, I'm going to go ahead and change back into my Nazi uniform. And we will go ahead and close this chapter. And next time, we will continue exploring the second floor and figure out how we're going to get our father out of here. See you next time.